I had about 5 dogs, but Mandy was the best.
Mandy. The name of it was Mandy.
Oh, here's Man.
She goes, oh, Mandy, now I know her name. Come on in, Val.
Hi, guys.
Hi, Val.
Hey, Val. Come on in.
Don't repeat. Come on in, Val.
Hi, guys. This is my Nana's photo chest that we're gonna be looking into.
Mandy. And that's your dad laying down. This is how our house used to look.
I know, I like that couch.
Yeah, me
Look at
too.
her. She was fluffy
Yeah.
and
She
pretty
was-
little.
She was small. I wish I could find you a good one.
I know. Here's a super good photo of Mandy.
Amazingly, there's only one picture of her, and this is it.
Only two photos of total that you can
Total?
see her face. So here's Mandy with my Nana and my Uncle Matt.
My name is Frank Ferrugia. I'm living here about 52 years. I had about 5 dogs, but Mandy was the best.
Hi, my name is Jeanette Ferrugia, Valerie Ferrugia's grandmother, and we will be talking about Mandy today.
We're from the Bronx, and we got married. We had a couple kids, and then we moved here. And we took Mandy with us. No, we took a puppy. from
Mandy's
Lulu.
mother was Lulu.
Mandy's mother was Lulu.
She was my sister's dog, and she had Mandy. Well, she had 4 or 5 of them, but we took Mandy because the kids wanted her, remember?
Yeah, they picked out Mandy because of
And-
her color, and she was like nice or whatever. you know.
And we didn't know what to name her. We didn't know what to name Mandy. And we were in the car bringing her home, and the song came on. It's by Barry Manilow, and the name of it was Mandy. Remember?
Yeah, I
And we
remember
said,
that.
Mandy, we're
Yes.
gonna name her Mandy.
That's a good one.
And we named her Mandy. That was, she was great, wasn't she? She was
Really
a good
dog.
dog.
Really good dog.
She-
never had a leash. Was
Never ate
free.
dog
was
food?
free all the time. Walk around. You see the mailman, and
Oh, the
and she
mailman
would
loved
hang out with the
her.
mailman, follow him up the block, and then
used
come
to-
home.
He used to pick her up, like he used to come this way and say, "Oh, hi Mandy, come on," and she would go off the steps, nice, and just follow him up and down. And then he must have said, "Go home now," and she would come home because he would get in his truck down the block. Remember?
Yeah.
And then
And then all of a sudden, you don't see Mandy for a while. Where's Mandy? Where'd she go?
Yeah.
She's following the kids to school, or hanging out, going in the neighborhood.
yeah, she would follow them, and all the kids, Hawk and Matt, Danny, they all knew the dog. They all knew her. The whole neighborhood knew her. They would say, "Hi, Mandy. Hi, Mandy."
Mom even knew who she was.
Yeah, and Mom wasn't going out with Dad at the time.
Mom just knew her.
But the funniest thing was one day I'm sitting on my steps. This lady passed, a young girl. She wasn't a lady. She was young, and she said to me, "Do you own this house? You live here?" So I said, "Yeah." So she says, "You have a dog, a little dog." So I said, "Yeah, Mandy." She goes, "Oh, Mandy, now I know her name." She says, "You know that every day she walks me, remember, Frank? Well, you weren't there when the lady
A
told
lot
me.
of people. Oh,
She said, every day she walks me to Broadway to where I get the bus. And I say, okay, thank you. And she turns around and she walks home.
That's so weird.
And at night, she used to wait for the lady on the front steps. And she would see her coming, she'd get off the front steps, and she'd walk this lady home.
Wow, that's weird. So
And-
I wonder how many people
She was
she
like-
was like friends with.
she was only like almost like human.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, she understood everything. Don't go on the couch. She wouldn't go on the couch. What else?
When then
Basically.
at night, we'd be all sitting in the living room watching TV, and she'd be on the rug, and we'd say, "Oh, here comes Daddy," and she'd get off the rug. She'd sneak off the rug like you couldn't even hear her, and she'd come inside. Sometimes Poppop had a car that used to make a lot of noise, the muffler.
A little bit, yeah. And she used to know.
She knew from down the block, because you'd see her getting off, and I'd say, "Daddy's coming," and sure enough, he'd pull into the driveway. She knew.
That's funny. That's weird.
She knew.
She's
was
very, very
something.
smart dog. It was a mutt.
But
mutts,
smart.
mutts are supposed to be smarter than pedigrees, I think.
Yeah. She looked like she had like German Shepherd, like collie, border
Border,
like
yeah.
weird but smart dogs probably to me. Her IQ must have been way smarter than any other dogs.
Well,
Right?
And then one time, I don't know where she went, but she got pregnant. And then she's starting to, what the hell? You know, because she used to roam the streets, and I guess a dog got her.
and then she changed after that. She
Really?
was different because she couldn't. She used to like to jump the fence. She used to jump the fence to get out because she
Yeah.
wanted to get out.
A tree,
But she
3
never
foot
did
fence.
anything bad to anybody. She used to just like to sit outside. She used to love to sit on the front steps. She would sit there all day.
And see people and greet them and run up to them.
Yeah, never bark at them or chase them or anything.
You
Not
really-
even the kids. The kids used to know her. The kids used to walk up to the steps and say, "Hi, Mandy." They'd sit there and pet her, play with her, and sometimes they'd come in and they'd say, "Do you have a snack for Mandy?" And the kids used to feed, snacks to her.
So cute.
And then once she had the puppies, once she had to have that operation, then she changed. She got
Why?
slower. She couldn't jump the fence anymore.
I wonder if it was emotional or physical.
Yeah.
Why
I
she
think
was.
physical.
She would come out with us.
Oh, no.
Like if we opened the door, we'd let her just walk
So
outside
you
with
would
us.
just open the door instead of her jumping over
She
the
wouldn't
fence.
jump the fence no more
Oh.
because she must have been afraid.
How-
I remember my niece coming over and we were eating dinner, and she said, "You never say feed the dog. You always call her by her name, feed Mandy. Like you'll never say feed the dog." She loved your dad.
Yeah.
Oh my God. And it was so sad because she lived a good life. She lived a long life. She died when she was 16. And she lived a long life, but we knew that day that we knew for a while she was getting slower. She didn't want to go out so much anymore.
Yeah.
And one day I came home from work and I don't know if I was driving the school bus at the time. I think I was. And your dad was here and he said that something was wrong with Mandy. And I said, "Oh no, what?" So I go in my bedroom and she's there laying on the side of my bed near the window. And I said, "Come on, Mandy, what's the matter? What's the matter?" And she was just looking at me and she was sad. And she came in here, she looked at your dad, and then your dad had to go back to work. And I was trying to get a vet. I was calling vets to see if we could bring her in. And they said no because they were closing, it was too late. And so we just sat with her. I sat with her in the bedroom. She wouldn't come out. And we were all here. There was me, Poppop, Janine, Matt, Danny. And the door, she must have heard the door open. And your dad walked in. She came out of the bedroom.
Yeah.
She looked at your dad. Oh, I'm gonna cry.
She went in the corner.
She,
She went in the corner with her spot. She laid down, and blood started coming out of her mouth.
Blood out of her mouth?
yeah.
She died.
Ooh.
That's how she died.
She waited.
She waited till Porky got home.
She waited for your dad.
Yeah.
That's so weird how she waited, she held on, and then right when he came in, she's like, okay.
And that's the truth, Val. We're not making that up.
Yeah.
That was the truth. We said,
exactly like that.
We looked at your father coming in, and he looked at us. He probably thought that we were going to say that she passed away already.
Yeah.
And he came in, and we were all sitting there, and he looked at us, and then she just came out. The way she looked at him, she stopped right there, and she looked at him, and she just went in that spot.
Then she laid down. She just laid down and slept.
But everybody knew Mandy. I remember this lady down the block, she asked me, is that your dog that walks around? So that's the only time I ever spoke to this lady, right? So, and she said to me, is that your dog that walks around? So I said, yeah, Mandy. So she says, oh, that's her name? She says, you know, she's so ugly that she's cute.
She was a pretty dog.
First of all, Mandy wasn't ugly.
She wasn't ugly at all.
No, that's what she told me.
I wouldn't say that she was ugly.
She wasn't a pretty dog.
I think she was pretty.
Dawn.
So cute.
Dawn.
She was, yeah, she
Wait,
was.
Did I tell you guys about the mailman down the block from me?
No.
So we were going on a walk, right, with Sunny, me and Mom, where with Sunny, and the guy stops us and is like, wow, that's a pretty dog. It reminds me of this dog, Molly. He called her Molly. Molly that followed him around when he was a mailman. He said it was about her same size, but brown, tannish color, and it would follow me from my whole route, and it was the best dog ever. And he called it Molly.
Oh.
And then when I kept on walking, I was thinking, I'm like, I wonder if that was Mandy. He lives right here.
And next time you don't see him no more?
And I haven't seen him since. But I want to find him and
Tell him
see.
he had this route on
When
Pine
he
Street.
did Pine Street, when he did here, he was sort of young. Maybe my age,
He's your guys' age now, maybe maybe a little bit older. They're like a little bit older.
Yeah.
But your guys' age.
This guy was sort of biggish. But people shrink when they get older,
Yeah.
you know? But he was biggish, this guy, and I remember him always walking, and I'd actually see him. I would actually see him talking to her, like they would be walking, and he would be talking to her.
Really?
She was unbelievable. She knew how to cross the street.
Yeah, she looked.
How do you think she got so smart?
I think because she had at the time, I was busy. You know, we were busy. That Poppop was working. The kids were younger. I had a lot of things to do. I think I was driving the bus at the time, but I'm not positive. I could have been working at the cleaning. I could have been doing the cleaning at the time. I'm not sure about. But I was busy. I had to come home, cook, clean, do the wash, get the kids ready for baseball. Then Pop would come home, we'd eat dinner, run to bed. We were always running.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're always running somewhere.
20 years on a ball field running around. For 20 years I did that.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, so she was really had to probably learn how to not
Take
that we
care of
didn't
her.
feed her.
No, yeah,
we
not
fed
feed,
her.
but just
we
like-
always made sure she had her food and her water.
Yeah. She like had fun by herself. But with Dad mainly, but
Yeah.
she had fun with other people too.
She'd walk around the corner with them. When when we first got her, she was a puppy, you know, so we didn't make her go. But then, as time went on, say a year or so, she would follow Dad, Uncle Matt. They'd go out, right, and she'd just follow them, and she'd go around the corner with them, hang out with their friends all day, just do whatever, just sat there and watched them do whatever they were doing.
Yeah.
And when she got tired, she'd come home. She knew how to get back.
That's smart. That's
Like, how did
really
she know how
smart.
to get back from the high school?
How?
She did.
She
She
followed
made that
them.
trip so many times that she just knows.
Yeah, but still, even like a 5-year-old would not know how to do that. A 10-year-old might.
But
10 years old.
Yeah.
She had a brain of like a 10-year-old.
But the dog would follow the kids going to school every day, so she
Yeah.
knew how to come back, and
But
she knew
that's
how to
still-
go and come back.
Yeah, but that's still smart. I mean, like, think about a little kid.
Yeah.
Like a little kid, 5 years old, would they be able to do that? I don't know.
A little older, they do that.
Yeah, a little older.
7-year-olds, they walk. They walk out of the
Yeah.
house, onto the bus, or if they live near the school, they just walk. They're beautiful dogs, but they don't last long. They live to 10 years old, 11 years old. So after 10 years goes fast, and then all of a sudden she's not here no more. It's not like a human.
I know.
60 years, 70 years, you know? It's 10 years, and that's when you get to love her.
I know.
I know.
And
But
she gotta die. 15 years is a little better, you know. Dogs.
both men
Have a good day.